With that, I would like to turn things over to Luke to get us started.
Thank you, Rachel. Today we're here to discuss the importance of self-service as a way to grow your business. We will touch on the growth of self-service market, applications that are changing and driving adoption, and the solutions Elo has to offer to create your own self-service strategy. When you think about Elo, we are the original pioneer of the touchscreen with over 40 years of experience. Our hashtag is Elo is everywhere. With over 20 million installations, we truly are everywhere. Across 80 countries with hundreds of dedicated employees with one mission, serving our customers with interactive digital touch technology. So why self-service? And I think the big piece here is that it's growing. And at the end of the day, self-service will be a $35 billion business by 2023. And so I know we have a diverse group on the phone today, but when we think about our solutions partners and integrators, certainly going after different experiences that are growing in market share, and you know that your customers are looking at providers of these offerings, it's a great time to be talking about self-service. I'd also say that kiosk strategies and form factors are evolving. When we think about legacy type kiosks, they were large, big boxes. And at the end of the day, there's still a need for larger commercial freestanding kiosks. But we know because of the growth and demand for self-service, a lot of the form factors are evolving in this space, where we're seeing the need for counter kiosks, walls, freestanding, in-aisle, end cap. And this is the unique thing. Elo is truly everywhere when you think about all of these evolving form factors. I'll also say mobile ordering is simplifying the path to self-service. So when you think about mobile ordering and all the infrastructure and requirements on the back end of various retailers and QSRs to be able to accept a mobile order, all of these process changes and capabilities are now translating into self-service capabilities in physical stores, which again is a huge opportunity for all of us. Last but not least, it's a way to sell a true solution because there's hardware, software, service, integration, process, and it's not easy. When we think about the retailers and QSRs, there's a lot of thought that has to go into this whole customer journey and how this will play out for them. But again, that's the opportunity to serve our customers here. And this leads us to this seamless shopping evolution. And we think about the different channels of our customers and what they're going after. They want to have a unified point of sale for all the different ways that a customer would interact with that brand or retailer or restaurant. And at the end of the day, if I'm ordering via mobile or e-commerce, I would want to have a similar experience if I was in that physical store environment. I would want to have consistency across these different points of sale. And again, this is where self-service and kiosks really bring this together and how these different channels will work in unison in a unified way. So as we talk about applications, when we think about the growth of mobile ordering and e-commerce for the retail side of the house, we have seen the use of the same applications or the same feel of those applications used for self-ordering in restaurants as well as in retail as endless aisle examples there, or save the sale type capabilities, or digital pickup or digital loyalty or couponing. So when you think about the mobile architectures that were created by using those same building blocks, and in some cases the exact same application, and transitioning those into physical in-store, it shortens that path to success for those customers leveraging that direction. So again, when we think about adoption and growth in this space, customers aren't having to start from ground zero to say, how do I build an in-store application? They've already built a lot of this through their self-ordering tools or mobile ordering tools, as well as the e-commerce capabilities. The big piece here is through kiosks, they can now enable this functionality in physical stores. So when you think about mobile culture and the accelerating preferences, customers are now demanding self-service. Their preferences have changed to where they want that consistency. They want the capability, the visual. They want to control their own destiny as they walk through this self-ordering process. And when you think about those changing preferences, this is where, for the retailers and QSRs on the line, making sure you're addressing those preferences from the customer. I'd also say, for many as employees, the self-service capability or the assisted selling approach is a positive as well, because as you think about employees that are trying to serve their customers through self-service, there's added benefits there. And we'll talk briefly about this here in a second. So why self-service sells? For example, kiosks never forget to upsell. It's a consistent experience. And we think about the customers, the shorter lines, the ability to not have a wait, let's say, for your ordering process is a big customer benefit. But I'd also say for everyone on the phone, you've stood on the line at a QSR and you try to remember, is it going to be the number 3, the number 2, do you not want to catch up? And you get to the front there and you forget maybe what you were going to order. Or it's an uncomfortable process, or the person you're talking to isn't really paying attention. And at the end of the day, for customers, it's a consistent experience. And they get to have that experience at their own pace. And they get to explore that menu in a deeper way. For the business side of this, the businesses are now able to use those resources that were simply typing in the order in more strategic ways to create better customer experiences. And in some cases, by solving the bottleneck of ordering or having someone take the order, you, in many cases, are expanding your kitchen environments. You're putting those employees in areas that are actually producing and creating more sales because the bottlenecks have been reduced. And we'll, again, talk about further benefits when you think about broadening the scope of the menu and the ability to see all the different ingredients as an additional benefit to that business. So a great example of a key of success has been McDonald's. And when we think about McDonald's, they're seeing 30% larger order sizes in general, basically because the self-service kiosk is asking them if they want a drink. But you think about that and the suggestive selling approach and the consistency, this is a benefit across many different verticals and use cases. QSRs in general, though, are seeing a 20% larger order size as customers have the opportunity to fully explore menus, selecting additional ingredients, and then consistently being presented different options. And again, many customers walk in, especially in the QSR space, they see what's on the overhead menu, and they pick a number in some cases, or they might have some additional knowledge of what that QSR might have to offer. But through the self-service digital experience, they can now visually see all the different ingredients they can add. They get to walk down that path. There's no pressure to order quickly because you're standing there in line and someone's staring at you, asking you what you want to order. So again, huge real benefits here for self-service kiosk ordering. But let's not forget the retail side of this. And we go back to preferences are changing. And for customers in the retail space, their preferences are shifting to self-service checkout as well. For what we said before, reduced wait times, simplicity. But it also mentioned the ability to save the sale, ship to home, loyalty, couponing, and other ways digitally can keep that consistent experience with every customer through the process. They can also ask you to sign up for loyalty, where you can easily type in your own information rather than having to regurgitate that to an employee several times because your last name has 10 letters or more, or whatever that happens to be. And at the end of the day, again, this is where we're seeing some of these preferences change. And we'll talk more about retail and endless aisle and other capabilities here. So endless aisle has shown, and we'll talk about this here briefly, that it is a huge benefit both to the customer and to the retailer for self-service as well as assisted selling. And I want to touch on both of those because oftentimes people say, well, an endless aisle, at the end of the day, why wouldn't they just talk to the employee? Well, they oftentimes don't have access to everything that they have to offer or don't know it off the top of their head. And the example in front of us here is the number one U.S. furniture manufacturer by sales. They have over 8,000 product SKUs. So when you think about someone trying to describe all the things that they have to offer and the colors and capabilities, endless aisle and digital is the perfect media for that capability. And here's the proof of this, though. They've seen a 300 to 800% year-over-year sales lift. Because some on the phone might say, well, how are they going to pay for this? And at the end of the day, if you're seeing increased sales, increased customer satisfaction, employee satisfaction, because through the assisted selling approach, they can better serve their customers, all around, these are the benefits that customers and businesses are looking for. Last but not least, Elo has a large product portfolio. And so when you think about a unified architecture to create a unified experience, these are all the different points of sale that a customer might go through within that journey or that purchasing journey. So when you think about self-service, point of sale, digital experience, and even mobile and mobile ordering, Elo has the ability to bring that all together through our hardware platforms, as well as our ability to support Android, Windows, Apple, in some cases with certain products. But bringing that unified experience in an architecture together both simplifies things for the customer because it's a consistent process. They're seeing the same visual experiences through consistent apps, as well as for IT support and others that are affected through the process of offering technology in physical stores. So this unified architecture, unified experience approach really does bring all of these different points of sale together.
Thank you, Luke. That was a great intro. We're going to shift gears. We're going to turn it over to Josh Zhang, our Global Product Manager for Self-Service Solutions at Elo.
Hi, I'm Josh Zhang. I'm the Global Product Manager based in Silicon Valley, and my job is to deliver to our sales team solutions for self-service applications. And today we're here to talk to you about Elo's solution to self-service in three main areas. And the first of which is to configure a solution with Elo products that fits right into your business. And you can do that by using existing products and combining them with peripherals and accessories and create a low-cost and simple solution. And also, Elo has open-frame touchscreens which we make available to kiosk OEMs. And this allows you to easily integrate the open-frame portfolio into kiosk ecosystems in a scalable and low-cost manner. And also, we'll be talking about EloView. EloView is Elo's SaaS platform, which allows content and device management, as well as auto-provisioning and kiosk mode features for these self-service applications. So with a full range of products and services, Elo can provide the right solution for you. So by combining and building existing Elo products together, you can keep it simple and configure it exactly the way that you want. And this can be done by taking a display and adding peripherals and stands that you need. For example, you have the Wallaby countertop stand with an EMV. You can attach a floor extension to it to make it self-standing. You can remove the EMV and attach a different peripheral. You can even mount it on a wall or mount it on a different stand. And all these products you can buy off the shelf and they're ready to go. So with a few simple steps, Elo can help you get started to create your own solution. And you can start by choosing a display. So Elo provides digital signage displays from 10-inch all the way to 70-inch, and it shares common platforms, one of which is Wintel, which is our Windows with Intel Compute, and the other is our Google Android platform, which supports 7.1 Android operating system and is compatible with EloView. And this gives you the flexibility to integrate displays of all sizes into your business. And you can combine these displays with mounting solutions to put them on a stand or on the wall. And mounting options can be configured for any application. And you see on the left here, the Wallaby stand is so called due to having a printer pocket, which houses an Epson or a Star printer. And we have countertop and floor versions, which makes it easily to integrate into your existing architecture. So there's no need to bolt down anything. And these Wallaby stands are perfect for a self-checkout or self-order application. A customer can walk up, order what they need, pay on screen, take their receipt, and go grab their order. And we also provide pole stands, which can be used without a printer, and they provide a more minimalistic and sleek approach. And we have bolt-down pole stands available in 6-inch, 12-inch, and 18-inch, as well as the floor stand, which is around 48 inches, which is similar to the Wallaby floor stand. And these pole mounts are perfect for endless aisle applications because they can be placed in a near retail products for customers so that they can continue to browse on an interactive display. And also we provide brackets and wall mounts for various display sizes to help fit our displays into your existing store architecture. And these mounting solutions also allow you to easily integrate peripherals and accessories. Edge Connect. So Edge Connect is Elo's unique concept, which allows any peripheral to attach on the edge of all four sides of the display. So if you see in the picture here, it's an Elo I-Series, and you see the EMV attached on the right, an MSR attached on the left, and a barcode reader attached on the bottom. And these peripherals can be added and removed, but also change or swap later on as your needs change. And some peripheral options we support for payment, such as the EMV and the MSR. And these can be used combined with the interactive display to give customers a secure way to pay and creates a point of sale or a self-checkout type of solution. And other peripherals that are supported are barcode readers, fingerprint readers, and NFC readers. And this configurability is such a powerful way to build exactly what you need and change as your needs change. So whatever your application may be, you can easily configure your solution by taking an off-the-shelf Elo product and building it together to exactly meet what you need. So next I'll be turning it over to our other global product manager, Bryan.
Thanks, Josh. Hi everyone, my name is Bryan. I'm the global product manager for the OpenFrame touchscreen product portfolio. And I'm based in our Rochester, New York office, and I'm responsible for driving the overall success and strategy for this product line. And the OpenFrame touchscreen products are readily available in a wide range in various different sizes and touch technologies. And they're commercially designed to last a long time and to be easily integrated into any self-service application kiosk. So today we're really looking to help define for you the trends and the use cases that we're seeing in the different verticals inside the self-service markets. But also we want to connect then our products to these self-service needs that we're seeing. And historically, OpenFrames has played a significant role here since a large part of the self-service market is really supplied by kiosk OEM integrators, where the integrator will buy an OpenFrame touchscreen to be installed into their self-service kiosk. This is the touch point really where Elo OpenFrame touchscreens are meeting the needs for these kiosk makers. At Elo, we've created flexible and easy to install touchscreens with top-grade features, and we understand what the kiosk integrators are looking for and what they want in their touchscreen displays. Things like light and slim display designs to support thinner and sleeker kiosks. They also are looking for their kiosks to be highly durable and reliable in the field. And the Elo touchscreens are designed and tested and backed with 3-year warranties to ensure reliability in the field, which includes reliability everything from the touch responsiveness to 24/7 operation inside the kiosk. On top of that, the products are developed and designed with excellent power consumption efficiencies to help manage the operating cost for the end user in the field. And probably almost most importantly for our kiosk integrators, we really strive at Elo to design and transition our products with as minimal impact to the kiosk makers as possible, designing them to be backward compatible to ensure that whenever we might need to do a transition for panels or touchscreens or maybe even a new product rev and launch into the market, we understand that the impact that a design change would have to a kiosk maker, and so we do the best that we can to always make sure that we're as backward compatible as possible in transitions. So these features and considerations that we understand are important to the kiosk OEM market as they design for self-service solutions, when also combined with our great pre-sales and post-sale support, really make doing business with Elo effortless and easy. And we simplify the kiosk design process while also offering versatility for the kiosk designs. So to talk a little bit more about what this versatility is, I want to step back from talking about features and take a broad sweeping look at what products Elo offers in the OpenFrame touchscreen portfolio. The offering spans a world-class range from 10-inch all the way up to 55-inch in size and offers integrators everything they're looking for to support self-service applications, from self-order or self-check-in all the way up to some of the larger signage sizes for point of information, for example. And within these sizes are many diverse and various different options for installation, various different aspect ratios. We have the ability for all of these installations to be installed in vertical portrait orientation or also in horizontal landscape orientations. And all of the products have numerous different types of I/O connectivity options available to integrators, as well as different offerings for touchscreen technologies, each with their own advantages depending on what the integrator needs or wants for their self-service application. But in another sense, we offer uniformity and consistency where it's wanted, which is really in the look and feel of the product for maximum customer experience. So whether a customer wants to install self-service kiosks for different sizes, or they're looking to roll out a series of kiosks side by side in a location, the integrator knows that when they install with an Elo display, they're looking and they're getting a consistent look and feel across one kiosk to another kiosk to another kiosk, so there's no variation and it looks uniform. So what I've been talking about thus far with OpenFrames has had to do with what Elo has been doing to meet the needs of kiosk OEM makers for self-service. But what I want to highlight for you today is something of a new approach and a new value that we at Elo are offering to help kiosk integrators continue to develop kiosks more effectively while also assisting customers in the ongoing management of their self-service applications once installed. And it's something we like to call Kiosk 2.0. And what this offers to integrators is a new way to develop and deploy their kiosk solutions in an easier, a more scalable, and a lower cost way. So combined with an Elo OpenFrame touchscreen, makers can now also buy the new Elo backpack, built on our unified Android compute platform, which when combined with our EloView SaaS product offers a very, very powerful and effective way to integrate and deploy and manage the kiosk in the field. So now, in addition to having a beautiful and robust OpenFrame touchscreen display in the kiosk, the backpack now offers a low-cost compute solution. It offers a reliable compute solution. It offers a smaller compute solution for inside the kiosk. And in addition, it offers a more efficient compute solution. And all these contribute really to a reduced design and a reduced operating cost for the kiosk maker, and the ability then to design a slimmer and sleeker kiosk with smaller footprint in the marketplace. And when all of that hardware is combined and all that advantage is combined to the kiosk maker and the integrator with the EloView SaaS features such as installation and deployment and management, all of these become much easier. So I want to talk briefly about the advantages that EloView then offers as part of this overall Kiosk 2.0 concept. And the key here is the EloView's ability to auto-provision, which essentially removes much of the headache and cost associated with the customer's initial setup and deployment of kiosks. With auto-provisioning, the kiosk maker can install the the compute hardware, which is the backpack, during their production, and instead of shipping to another site for setup, or instead of needing to spend excess resources to install on-site, the kiosk can now simply be shipped to the end customer's location and can be auto set up on-site based on how that unit has been remotely set up in the customer's centralized EloView command center in the online portal. So you can see that the powerful benefits in using the backpack with EloView offers to kiosk OEMs and the customers, which makes it designing it easier, it reduces costs, and it makes deploying large rollouts especially easier and faster for integrators. But these benefits of EloView and others that Luke will talk about in a minute are much broader, actually touching more than just kiosk makers and integrators. Wherever or whenever a customer is needing to roll out their solution for self-service, be it a kiosk for a patient self-check-in in a healthcare facility, or leveraging an Edge Connect solution with an Android I-Series on a Wallaby stand and several peripherals, whatever the need is, the EloView platform and its features facilitate a secure way to manage and deploy the smallest or the largest of any customer's self-service application needs. I'll hand the mic back to Luke to talk more about how EloView is really impacting the self-service space.
Thank you, Bryan. So when we look at our EloView platform, we wanted to boil it down to 4 pillars, let's call it. And when we think about these capabilities, the first being a kiosk mode, and really I'll just say security. And after talking to multiple CIOs, one of the key things that are facing CIOs and businesses today is security. And our EloView kiosk mode takes that local client or that self-service kiosk and it fully secures that in a way that it's very unique, because as the hardware manufacturer with change control and ownership of that OS, we can embed security capabilities for that kiosk like no other. So it's a very unique thing that we bring together here. The content delivery piece, we talked throughout the presentation about using existing mobile apps and e-commerce capabilities that have been built up. EloView also allows you to take your existing content and simply deploy that to these self-service touchpoints. Whether it be your online mobile ordering app or your endless aisle e-commerce platform, this content can now, through an easy drag and drop, can be pushed to all these different points of sale. When we think about deploying kiosks, they're oftentimes not in a single location. They're spread out across the country and across the globe. So to be able to manage these devices in an effective way, and in a way that you know from a company like Elo, we know what it takes to keep that kiosk up and working, as well as integrating that into all processes throughout this whole content and kiosk mode. That device management and the ability to reboot and reset and do troubleshooting is a key aspect to the success of reducing costs, platform management, and again, every business and customer that's making these decisions, that's also a key factor. And I know, Bryan, you touched on auto provisioning, but at the end of the day, if I'm rolling out 1,000 kiosks or 5, I can simply drag and drop that content once that kiosk is online. Simplifies the whole setup process. And I know that's an extreme value add as we think about the costs associated with these platforms. If we can minimize and simplify and really at the end of the day, make it easy is what we're after as we think about our customers going down the path and journey of self-service. So I'd like to conclude today with something that we talk a lot about internally here, but it's the rule of easy. And when you think about making shopping easier, not more complicated, humans and nature are hardwired to take the path of least resistance. We don't want to have to climb up the mountain if we can simply walk straight forward on a flat surface. And when we think about self-service, we need to make sure that the process is easy. And it has to be easy throughout the entire supply chain. Whether I'm that customer standing in front of it, making it easy for me, or if I'm the business that's trying to deploy it, it has to be easy for them. But we think about this, how to make it easy for everybody. So with that, I would say that self-service is a growth area. It helps both customers and businesses alike in many different ways we've discussed today. Elo is the ideal partner to help you with your journey, whether you're an ISV, an integrator, reseller, or kiosk partner. Because of our vast portfolio, we do make it easy. So I appreciate everyone being on the call today. I'm going to turn this back over to Rachel as I think we have some questions.
Thanks, Luke. That was great. Thanks, everyone, for joining. We do have some time for questions now. If you have anything that you have not already sent in through the chat panel, please feel free to do so now. We do have a few that came in throughout the presentation, so I wanted to go ahead and ask those. And guys presenting, Luke, Josh, and Bryan, please just jump in and address the questions as you think is relevant to your area of expertise. So to get started here, first question, can you help us understand how to know if a customer needs or wants self-service? Maybe, Luke, that's good for you. What are some of those buying signs?
Well, I would start just by saying that, I have not walked into a customer that isn't thinking, talking, or implementing self-service, and I'll just say it as bluntly as that. So it oftentimes isn't an IT purchasing type decision where you need to get to the business owners. But as we've looked at some of the metrics that we've shown today, they're trying to increase same-store sales. They're trying to show a better journey. Brands are trying to better connect with their customers. So I would say, how do you start that conversation? Just work to get closest to the folks that are driving the decisions for their business. Because again, what I have seen, they're all talking about it. They're all trying to implement it. So for you as partners on the call, just to ask the right questions of the right people, to find out who's looking at the future, who's discussing innovation, who's trying to solve for the customer experience inside their physical stores, I think is a great place to start.
Okay, thanks, Luke. Next question. Let's see, we've got one about our PCAP. Can you explain more about touch-through? Probably for Bryan.
Yeah, I'll take that question, Rachel. Yeah, so touch-through is, when we talk about touch-through, especially in relation to small format open frame and the open frame products, what that is, for those of you who don't know, is in our PCAP product, we offer a 10-touch solution. And with touch-through, what you're enabled to do is you're able to take an open frame touchscreen and design it into a kiosk and behind a cover glass that an integrator wants to put on top of our PCAP screen. And so the benefits that we've seen in people doing this are the ability to design an even more robust glass for harsher environments or for higher traffic environments, and while also experiencing a PCAP experience with two-touch through the cover glass. And so the design is extendable up to 6 millimeters of glass on top of the PCAP screen. And then there's there's a special firmware inside of the actual open frame that enables this to happen. So it's a very unique product offering and a very unique design opportunity for OEM integrators who are looking to offer an even more robust opportunity besides some of the just designing the open frame into the front of the kiosk flush.
Okay, thanks, Bryan. One more on open frames. One of the audience members asks, what kinds of self-service applications are you seeing for open frames?
Yeah, and Luke, you could maybe jump in here from a sales perspective too, but really open frame is being designed into kiosks, right? That's the display and the interface that customers are experiencing when they're using a kiosk. And so the applications are very, very diverse, and any time you would experience a self-service application in a kiosk, whether that's in a self-service check-in is an opportunity, a checkout, a point of sale, a point of information, vending opportunities, and there's more beyond that as well.
And so I'll add to that. When we think about
Yeah.
all of the different verticals in which we serve and support, our OpenFrame products makes its way into all of them. And with our valued kiosk integration partners and their ability to customize, modify branding, and really create the unique value add that individual businesses and customers demand, those OpenFrames work their way into just about everything, whether it's kitchen automation, as Bryan said, different retail self-service applications, or industrial automation or other. But at the end of the day, you might not see the Elo brand, but oftentimes if it's an interactive screen behind that kiosk or fixture, it's an Elo, and we're proud of that.
All right, guys. Well, I don't see any more questions coming in through the chat window. I think that'll wrap it. So thanks everyone again for your time. We will be sending out a follow-up email that includes a recording of today's presentation and a new video that we just created to further explain the value add that EloView brings and how easy it makes self-service. So we'll be sharing that in the follow-up email as well. In the meantime, if you have any questions, always feel free to shoot an email to this elomarketing@elotouch.com address, and we will make sure that we get you answers to your questions. All right, thanks everyone. Thanks for joining. Thanks to our presenters today. Bye-bye.